Hey everyone, this is Matt, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So recently I've been going through some of my old family photos, and growing up we would go to Disney World every 4 to 5 years, I would say. And I recently found a bunch of interesting photos from our trip from 2008. This would have been September of 2008. So I chose maybe about 12 of the ones that I think will be interesting to share. We're going to look through those and see what's changed and what's really the same. So let's get started. So this first photo you may think, oh, is this the Animal Kingdom? That's actually the lobby of the Polynesian. So before they remodeled it into what it is now, kind of a more generic tiki theme, the lobby from the mid-70s to the early 2010s was full of a tropical jungle-like environment, and the atrium was filled with fountains and koi fish and all the plastic plants you could ever want. I can really remember this growing up and have a lot of fond memories posing by that fountain. So this next set of three photos were taken from the GM private corporate reception area up above Test Track. You had to be associated with GM in some way to get access to that. So I can remember going up there as a kid, and you could go sit in these big comfy lounge chairs, and they had free soda for you to drink. It was really awesome, great place to cool down, and then they would also drop you off at the front of the line on Test Track, so hey, that was pretty cool too. So these next few photos will take us over to Hollywood Studios. You can see that the Green Army Men, or now they kind of wear this mesh green. In the past, this is when Toy Story Midway Mania just opened, they painted their faces green, so it's a little more creepy, I would say. This is when Toy Story Mania was in Pixar Place, which was a tiny subland of the studio backlot area. Then we see the old Sorcerer's hat, as well as the Sci-Fi Drive-In Theater, a really neat restaurant, but none of this has really changed too much besides there now being Toy Story Land, and the Sorcerer's hat is now gone. We can also see that the Rock and Roller Coaster was sponsored by Haynes. Interestingly enough, the guitar pick is still there, but since the Rock and Roller Coaster doesn't have a corporate sponsor anymore, it's now just a generic red guitar pick. So up next we can see the volcano pool at the Polynesian, which is much of the same, as well as Mickey's not-so-scary Halloween party. I can remember this was the first time I had gone during a themed time. You can see that they still have the jack-o'-lantern, the headless horseman, as well as some adults and kids who would really go full-on the costumes. Adults said, you really can't do costumes like that anymore. The Boo to You Halloween Parade, I think it's still called that. And finally, some pictures of Space Mountain. I remember it was so empty there would never be any lines this time of year. And wrapping it up with Splash Mountain, which will soon become a Princess and the Frog ride. So this has been a quick look at some old Disney World photos from 2008. It feels weird saying 2008 was old, but I mean it's 12 years ago now. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what the future brings for the parks in a post-COVID era. But for now, this has been Matt from Codemic, and thanks for watching.